Okay. So I have some stories that I got from my best friend. It's two separate stories, and I think I can fit into one. So welcome to the phone tripping. October 21st. So this first story takes place at night while my best friend and my best friend-in-law, her boyfriend, were sleeping, and she. This is what she told me. I typed it, so I'm going to be reading it. So she was chilling in her room when she saw a moth. She absolutely hates bugs, so once she saw the moth, she was not going to sleep. So she's like one of those people where she can't sleep with it in her room. So she woke up a sleeping Bruce, who was getting annoyed because he didn't want to have to get up to go kill the moth for her because he was trying to sleep. So he told her that he would just get it in the morning. Well, because this didn't sit well with her, she was like, ugh, fine, whatever. And so she covered her whole head with her blanket. And she was just chilling and was going to go to sleep like that. So as she starts to drift off, and she's, mostly aware of her surroundings and stuff, but she's like really close to sleep, she feels something grab her foot. It didn't pull on her foot or anything, but it was just squeezing her foot. And the blanket was still over her head, and so she was too scared to like peek out and look to see what it was. And she kept telling herself, just kick your foot and it'll move. Kick your foot and it'll move. But no matter how many times she told herself to like move her foot, she couldn't bring herself to actually move her foot. So she said that she didn't know if she was frozen with fear, or if or if it was just like a paralysis demon or what. So she loudly whispered, "Bruce." And then, so she was like, "Bruce, Bruce." And then she was like, "Psst." And then she's like, "You gotta get this. There's something touching my foot." So Bruce, still half asleep, decides to just start wildly kicking his feet at the end of the bed. And he's wildly kicking, and he kicks her feet so that her feet go black. Her feet go black? What? Her feet go back. And he goes, "Did I get it?" He didn't know what he was protecting her from. All he knew is that he was protecting her. And then he whispers again, "Did I get it?" And she goes, "Yeah." So he says, "Okay," and goes back to sleep. She then fell asleep completely under the blanket. And this story takes place in the same house where Dante, my godson, refused to sleep in his room. So there's that story. And then she told me another story that I'm also going to tell in this video, where she has a door in a house that she wants. I'm not going to tell you. I have to tell the story. So this was at a different house, and we were living in Colorado, and it was just her and her stepsister at home, and her sisters were outside playing, and her parents were at work, and her and her stepsister decided to watch the movie Insidious. So they were spooked out a little bit, and they were just kind of feeling all spooky and whatnot. And they were feeling just creeped out, as people tend to do when they watch a creepy or scary story. Well, then after the movie, wow, I just lost all train of thought there. So after the movie, they sat and were talking about what had happened in the movie or whatever, and then suddenly they could hear her sister's bedroom door start to violently shake. It sounded like someone was trying to get into the room. Like, you know how, like, when you lock the door and then someone goes to open the door and they can't get it open, so, like, they wiggle it? Well, it started out like that. Like, it was really soft and maybe, like, someone was pushing up against the door or whatever. But then it got more violent and it got louder and louder and louder, like someone was, like, trying to get the door open. And so that, just kept happening, and it was getting really, 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 really loud, and then it randomly stopped. I feel like I skipped a spot. I did. So, they're sitting in the living room, and if you look up, there's, like, this little loft, because there's, like, stairs, and it goes into the hallway, and then there's, like, this loft right here, or whatever. But all of the lights upstairs were off, so it was, like, really dark. And so while the shaking was happening, they looked up, and all they could see is darkness. But it felt like something was up there. And as it was getting, like, louder and louder and louder, and then it randomly stopped, they both felt like something was about to, like, come out and just stare at them, or, like, turn their head and look at them. And so they just kind of sat there staring at him. They didn't know what to do. And when her mom got home, they told her mom that they were just gonna, stay up for whatever and hang out. And her mom was like, okay. And they just sat there for the longest time because they were scared. So yeah. So today it's a little short videos. That's kind of why I put 2 videos, or 2 stories into one. So yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying these stories for October. I'm completely caught up now, so we don't have to do the whole 2 story a day thing. So yeah, so be sure to check out my playlist October. I will leave the link to that in the description down below. And yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!